I want you to take it as this is the beginning of becoming a new person. So, anything that we do, definitely take notes. You're going to have like some kind of homework afterwards to be completed. And at the end of the session, we are going to do a transformative activation. So just make sure that you're in a space where it's interrupted and that you can sit comfortably afterwards. Anything that you want to share, Ayon, before I press record and we start? No,
I
all
just
good.
wanted hello. Hey everybody. So thank you so much for being here. As Laura was saying, we're setting up the framework here of how are we gonna be moving, how you're gonna be acting, and from now on, allow yourself to simply, whichever stories you have been telling yourself, all that we need you from now on is just to simply become aware of it, and you're gonna start dimming that voice. Because that old identity here is not allowed. So whenever you show up to each call, you take, 2 minutes, 3 minutes to really come back into yourself and to let that old identity and all those limitations outside of this room. Because here we operate in a different frequency, and that's all that I wanted to share with you.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, I will share more about it, but yeah, like the standards will be like you hold yourself into another frequency and you don't let the other person to hold into their old frequency. So we're not here to complain or to be victims. We're here to like make things happen. So I'm gonna press recording and then we're gonna begin. Yeah, you can stay all muted until we ask you to unmute. At the end of the session, we're gonna have Q&A. So if you have any questions about anything, then you can ask any questions. Okay, let's freaking go. I should be recording. Hopefully it's recording. Okay, hello everyone and welcome to the Exit Plan Cheat Code. This is going to be a transformative 4 weeks that we're going to spend together where you're going to build the exit architecture to leave your job or to leave your current income level and to get to a new level. We are not just going to work here with systems or strategy. This is all about shifting your internal reality that is going to affect your external reality as a result. So we're going to go over what we're going to be focusing on each week together. Okay, but before I do that, I want to remind you that you are not here by accident. If you are here, it's because you are meant to be here, because you're here to build a business that is fully aligned with who you are, with your purpose and the impact that you want to make. You're here to leave behind the careers, the patterns, the thoughts that are no longer serving you and stepping into the identity that you know that you're meant to be. Yeah, we're here to make an impact and to make new decisions when a new standard. This is not about of like, oh, I need a new healing session, I need a new coaching session, I need like XYZ to become that person or to have the income and the impact that you want. We're letting that go. You are enough as you are right now, and we need to step into that identity as today. This is not just about the business, it's about stepping into who you're meant to be. So I want to put obviously like a bit of a refresher on like the people who had successful stories. We have here as well, one of them who is Che, who completely has changed his life. There are so many clients, Sudesh, Tarsha, Alexander, so many people who changed their life completely from working in jobs that were misaligned to working in things that they really love and also making the income that they deserve. So if they can do it, you can do it. I'm not going to go a lot over this, but I just want you to understand that you can do it too, and you can do it in a crazy amount of time. It doesn't have to be a logical time frame, and that's what I want you to think. Now, what you will be experiencing in these 4 weeks. So the pillar one, as you know, it will be about embodying the leader that you are meant to be. Okay, so that would be next week. We are gonna start like how to step in the version of who no longer waits, and then in the version who is still holding to maybe like negative emotions and negative patterns from the past that are no longer serving you. So we are gonna transmute all these feelings and step into a new reality, and we're gonna do that together. Each session is going to be led by a different person. So the first week is going to be led by me. Then we're going to go into pillar 2, which is the wealth architecture. So design the life and the money that actually supports your freedom. So this is not just about, oh, how can I make money to like exit my job, or how can I make money to like cover my expenses? This is about building legacy and building a long-term life that you're really excited about. But if you don't know the numbers and you don't know how the life looks like, is very hard to create. So that would be led by AM. Then we have the exit architecture. So here is where we're going to build a clear structured path out of your current reality, out of your current job. If you are in a job that is misaligned, we're going to leave behind your income level and everything that is not longer serving you. That will be led by me. So here we're going to put more of a structure and a system, but we are always going to tap into the identity that we need to actually follow through that structure. Yeah, we need to be consistent and we need to commit to what we're doing. Then the pillar 4 and the last pillar will be led by Aeon, and that will be authenticity as an income generator system. Okay, so create a simple and aligned way to make money consistently. We are not leading just with like what the industry is telling us that we should do. It's more about what feels aligned to you and what you love doing. So we want to double down in what you love doing, and we want to do less of what you hate doing. Yeah, because when you do it, is going to feel like, fired, like you're going to enjoy it. Like myself right now, like giving this presentation, I love doing it, and you will feel that energy. So this is what we're going to walk through. We're also designing this experience for you. So we are taking anything that you mentioned, any feedback that you're giving, we're taking it on board and we're designing it for you because we want you to have the best results that you can have. So this will be like the 4 weeks, yeah? Identity, wealth, exit architecture, and authenticity as income generator system. Now, we're going to get into the high frequency train ticket. Okay. What does that mean? That means that as a collective, we are all committing to be in high frequency, which means we are tapping into the quantum field, into the possibility of what you want to achieve. And we are not allowing low frequency stories from the past, patterns from the past to come here. You cannot assume that you're going to bring your old pattern here. Yeah. The same way that the caterpillar cannot think about the problems that, sorry, the opposite. The butterfly cannot think about the caterpillar problems. Yeah. Because you're already a butterfly. So we are thinking and assuming the reality and the identity that you already have. And if you see yourself or if you see another person lovingly, you're going to catch them without shame, without guilt, but reminding them that we're all in a high frequency train ticket. So who not to be in this container? First of all, the ghoster. We don't want to be the ghoster. And the ghoster is the person that ghosts, that says that it's going to show up and then doesn't reply to messages, doesn't show up to the calls, and doesn't do what they sign up for. This is for you. You invested the money, you invested the time. We love to help you, but at the end of the day, you do have the responsibility to show up and to do what you said that you will do. Okay, we don't have it. Just like as a personal trainer, like if you go to the gym, the personal trainer can tell you how to lift the weights, but then they can tell you for the hour that you are together, and then afterwards you need to do it and you need to eat healthy yourself, right? Then we have the eternal student, and the eternal student is like, oh, let me watch another training. We are not here for people to do the 4 week container and then take action. This is a container to take action as we go. Yeah. Every single day, you're committing to take action for yourself and for your business. Yeah. Then we have the binge year, and it's similar to the eternal student, but the binge year also, would be like consuming a lot of information and doing all the homeworks. This person that loves the homeworks, like maybe they were like top class in the school and they're like, let me do all the homeworks, let me do all the homeworks, but they're actually not integrating and no stopping to actually like have those internal shifts. This is not about doing things fast or getting all the actions done. It's about integrating them carefully. Yeah. So if you are saying, oh, these are going to be my new standards, this is going to be my new identity. But then when the circumstance like shows up for you, the challenge, and you keep acting in the same way, then you are actually not integrating. Yeah, the scroller would be the person who is scrolling in social media or is scrolling on the comments of other people's, but again, they are not taking the action that is needed. So we don't want to be that person either. We don't want to be the guesser. Many of you, because I have talked to all of you, what I see the pathing is like trust, like it's like, oh, I need that external validation that someone tells me, oh, you can do this, and this is the plan. We are not here for that. We're here to trust ourselves, to trust our intuition, our divine guidance, however you want to call it, and just implement. This is not about avoid making mistakes. This is about doing the thing that you know that you need to do. So before you ask me any question or any question, you can ask any questions, but sometimes we're just waiting for that validation and we're outsourcing our powers to the mentors, to the coaches, to the healers. We are not here to do that. Yeah. And then the last one will be the avoider, and that's the person who avoids doing the work and, who avoids looking at the stuff that is no longer serving them. So we don't want to be any of those identities or personalities. We're leaving that behind. Maybe you recognize yourself. Maybe you have been all of them or part of them. That's okay that you have been, but now you're making the commitment of being different and showing up different. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through the standards, which I already mentioned. But I'm gonna share my screen later on to like talk to you about the platform. But the first thing is to show up to all the live calls, which will be Monday at 8 a.m. Bali time. So the time that is here. If you have any time zones changes, daylight savings in your country, it is not our responsibility to figure out. You will have to figure out. However, in the calendar, you will always see the time in your time zone. Okay, and I will show you. So if there is an emergency, of course, and you cannot show up, you can watch the recording. There is not a problem with that. But I would want you to make the commitment of like booking in your calendar the Monday for the next 4 weeks. Complete your weekly action list. So we're going to give you actions after every session, and it's really important that you complete it, and you also like post it in the community, and we know that everything is happening because this is all linked together. So if you don't take action of the first week, then you cannot really take action of week 3 because it's all linked. Yeah. Use the community. I don't know what problems you have. So just tell me you have, just post it in the community and then I will give you a answer. Don't engage with the old frequency in the post, in your mind, and what comes out of your mouth. We are gonna be on a diet, on the diet of no having negative self-talk about your reality or about yourself. So really watch that during this process. What you're saying out loud really matters. Follow the process even when fear kicks in, even when you don't have all the answers. As I mentioned, your old identity will try to pull you down. Once that you declare, out loud to the universe, God, however you want to call it, that you want more, and they are going to feed you the old stuff and they're going to see if you bite on it or not. Yeah, that's going to be the test. So it is up to you to not bite into the past identity. Yeah. And then before asking any question, checking with yourself. Yeah. Is this answer something that I can find myself? Is this answer something that I know, but I'm expecting that external validation to give it to me? Yeah. There is no stupid question. I don't want you to think that there is any stupid question. You can share anything and ask anything, but also again, we're building a community of people who are, they take ownership and they are self-reliant and they trust themselves. So yeah, that would be the standards of the community. Now we're gonna do a bit of a check-in to see where your mindset is. And I want you to tell me in the chat box, what is the first word that comes to you when you read this? So I want you to fill in the gaps and I want you to put it in the chat box. Business is, put it in the chat box in Zoom so I can see it. What is the first thing that comes to your mind? Because that's gonna tell you everything. Business is scary. Okay. What else? Complicated. Okay. What else? Do not think it. Well, the first thing that comes to mind is the right answer. Forever changing. Okay. That's not bad. But yeah, can you see like the first words that come to you is how you obviously have the relationship with business, right? So that's telling you all about your mindset when it comes to business. So if we see something like scary, complicated, maybe unsafe because it's forever changing, that's gonna reflect back, how you're treating the business. Yeah. So to me, I would say business is exciting, it's exciting because we get to evolve and change with the business. We get to become a new person every time that we grow, right? So when you see it as exciting, it changes how you relate to it. Now we have another one. So I want you to I'm gonna move the slides and I don't want you to overthink it. I don't want you to tell me something positive because you want to put something positive, just like to look good. I want you to tell me the first thing that comes to your head. Okay. So that would be making money from my business is the first thing that comes to your head. And please put it in the chat box. Hard and unpredictable. Okay. What else? Challenging. Can you all see already like how is a relationship with money, with business? I'm proud and rewarding that I'm doing it by myself. Okay. But that wouldn't be like the sentence. Yeah. Making money from my business is rewarding, I guess, if you want to say like, yeah, rewarding. Okay. Okay, awesome. So here you're seeing the patterns. There are some things that you're gonna feel that, you have more of a positive approach and a positive outlook, and there are gonna be some things that are not. So the things that you're feeling that are not, those are the things that we're gonna have to be working on, if money you think that is challenging. Then I cannot stay with the comments. There we go. When I think about exiting my current reality, I feel that could be your current job, that could be your current income level, whatever that is. But how do you feel when you think about exiting your current reality? Excited but unsettled. Okay. What else? Um, I haven't seen it yet, so need to build confidence around it. Okay. So how would you feel? So you feel what, insecure about it, not ready because you feel like you need to build confidence? unachievable, a lot of hassle. Okay. Yeah. So that's your current mindset about it. When I think about exiting my current reality, I feel, that it could be unachievable or a lot of hassle. Yeah. So that's already telling you why you might have the reality that you have. Yeah. So if you feel like business is hard, it will reflect that back to you. If you feel like exiting your current situation is unachievable, then you will stay in your current situation. And this is like what I'm talking about the frequency that we're living. Yeah, the identity that we're living. So I don't want to hear in the next sessions over the 4 weeks like this paradigm, this pattern, this belief, because it's not longer part of our reality, and I'm not gonna engage in it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it with love and empathy, but I'm also gonna have to call you out. Yeah. Okay, social media is fill in the blanks. Restricting. Okay, interesting. Have to be a certain way. Yeah. So yeah, restricting. It sounds like to me I see a box and a jail, like you cannot be free. Um Exhausting, overwhelming in a good and bad sense. Wow, what a relationship with social media we have here, right? No wonder it's hard to like post and grow in social media if that's the relationship that we have. So, social media is a way to connect with others. It's a way to make an impact. It's a way to express myself. It's a way to be authentic, right? So we obviously need to like change the relationship to it, but it's not going to be like bullshit of like just like affirmations to yourself. You're going to have to tap into that feeling before you go onto social media, but we will work on it. Okay, showing up as my authentic self feels. Fuck yeah, I own it. Okay, that's good. So it feels great, I guess. What else? What about showing up as my authentic self in social media? I think that's what I wanted to say. Showing up as my authentic self in social media feels like venerable, vulnerable. Is that a word? I was like, maybe it's a word that I don't know in English. Same reply, vulnerable. Looks Lucy, showing up as my authentic self in social media feels that I will lose their respect. Okay, so maybe it feels scary. Okay, let's continue. Trusting God, universe, creator, however you call it. If you're here, you are spiritual for sure. So, whatever that name it is for you, how do you feel when you trust that divine source in business? So trusting God, universe, creator in business feels, how do you feel if you are trusting that you're being guided? Maybe you don't trust. It feels safe. Okay. There is not wrong or right answer. Let me tell you, if you would ask me last year, I would say it feels scary to put the trust out there. That was me. It was like, oh, if I trust, I'm not safe. Safe, secure. Okay, that's good. I hard to let go of my own control. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Okay, thank you guys for answering. And I want you to like become aware of all these answers because this is something to check on you after the 4 weeks and see what has happened and what are the shifts that has happened. Okay, so we are gonna be ready to take action and embody the person who already has what you want. That means that those like beliefs or energy or emotions that you have towards the business, social media, trusting in the divine or anything like that, they have to go and we need to embody that new identity. Okay, I'm gonna tell you how we're gonna do that, but I want you to like become aware of what has happened right now and what you have shared with us. So we are gonna start tapping into the quantum field and into reality that you want. So we're gonna do something fun and we're gonna write a message from the future timeline. So this is due after the 4 weeks. We already have finished. Yeah. And I want you to type this message in the chat box and I want you to think about it. So if you were to write a message after the 4 weeks, what is it that you would say that you feel and you have achieved? So this could be something, it doesn't have to be like this structure, but this is how I would write, right? I would say, oh my God, Laura and Aeon, I'm so grateful for the last 4 weeks in the container. Since then, I have been, you know, doing this X, I have achieved X and I feel X. Yeah. So what will be that result? What would be that outcome that you feel this is freaking worth it? Yeah. We are not attaching to the outcome, but at the same time, we already want to feel from week 1. I want you to feel that you have achieved what you wanted in week 4. Yeah. We're not waiting for week 4 to feel X, Y, Z. So what would be that for you? You know, that you would be, oh my God, Laura and Aeon, I'm so grateful, you know, because now I see business as something fun. I see business as an extension of myself. I see social media as a way to express myself, as a way to connect with others, as a way to my income. I feel calm and safe making money. I feel that I can achieve any income level that I want at the right time. I feel that the God, the creator, the universe is like guiding me every single step and there is no wrong step. And everything that happens in my business and in my life is a way to take me to the right direction. You know, like how will that be for you? I'm gonna give you a minute to write it and just put it in the chat box. How would you feel? Thirty more seconds. Okay, let's go. Oh my God, Lara and Aeon, I'm so grateful for the last 4 weeks in the container. Since then, I have been crushing it. I have achieved more program sales and business growth I could have even imagined. And I feel like I have finally stepped into my true and authentic CEO boss bitch era. Love that. Like, yes. Love that. Anyone else? What else? And as you girls write it, you know, what I want you to think is like, how do you feel when you write that message? What is the reality? What are the feelings, you know? How do you feel internally if you are in your authentic CEO boss beach era? How would that feel and how would you show up? This is literally the imprint of how you need to show up in the 4 week container. Yeah. So how would you show up to make sure that you have more sales? how do you show up to make sure that you're growing your business and that you are that authentic CEO today, not tomorrow, not after the 4 weeks, today. Okay. I love the concentration typing. I'm waiting eagerly to read it. If you are watching the replay and you couldn't come to the session, make sure that you put this message in the community, so we want to see it. You should be writing it anyway if you are watching the replay. Okay, let's go. Oh my God, Laura and Aeon, I'm so grateful for the last 4 weeks in the containers. Since then, I have consistently shown up as myself and expressed myself authentically and true to me. I feel calm that there is unlimited possibilities. I have built my online platform with consistently making 1,500 extra per week, plus 7K per month of private clients. Fact, yes, love that reality, you know? So now is like, how can you feel calm right now? How can you feel that there is unlimited possibilities right now and do not feed into the fear, into the old patterns? This is how you need to show up in the next 4 weeks, period. Yeah. Like you're already tapping into that possibility, so you need to show up for it. Like the way that I see it is like whatever you want, right? Or whatever we want, it is a fact that is gonna happen. Like to me, it's like this is 100% is gonna happen. So if there is 100% gonna happen, how do I show up? You know, and we need to detach from the timeline, detach from the timeline, and become obsessed in becoming the person. This is going to be how we're going to show up in the 4 weeks. Become obsessed with showing up as the person, as the feeling. We're just going to wait one more minute for Roxy and then we move on. I'm actually going to take a screenshot of this and we're going to see what happens in the 4 weeks. I'm freaking excited. Okay. You can also take a screenshot of yours. There we go. Okay. Oh my God, Laura and Ayo, I'm so grateful for the last 4 weeks in the container. Since then, I have leveled up and followed through on my ideas and offerings to my clients. I have achieved 20K a month without doing more hours in my business. I feel energized, calm, inspired, and excited. Oh my God. Yes. Fuck yes. Love that reality. Get excited for it because that's real life. Yeah. So now job it will be to actually act like it, feel like it every single day. And that's why we're gonna do this homework, but this you're gonna do it in your own time. You can take a screenshot, you can take a picture, whatever is easier for you. But I want you to go through those two questions in your own time. So the first one will be what am I not longer tolerating in life and business? Thoughts, habit, results, patterns, money in your bank account. What are you not tolerating? what are the thoughts of like, oh, if I show up, people would say that, or posting on social media, it's a hassle and no one cares. Or making this amount of money without working more hours is hard. If I make more money, I will burn out. Um, Path sense of like talking to your friend about how hard business is. I don't know, like whatever it is that you are not longer tolerating, you need to have new standards for your new self. So just write what you're no longer tolerating. And then the second question will be, what are my new standards? Yeah, thoughts, habits, results, income, and I want you to put for your life and for your business. Maybe your new standards will be that you spend the first 2 hours of the day outreaching to people, creating content, having the conversations that are going to lead you to the sales that you want. I don't know what it will look like for you, but we need to have new standards. What is your new standard when it comes to income? Well, for Roxy will be I don't make less than 20K a month. Like 20K is my bare freaking minimum. That's my new standard. And I'm not tolerating anything less than that. Yeah, that's what we need to do. Okay. Have you taken a picture or screenshot, whatever? Awesome. So you are gonna post this in the community when you are done. Okay. Now I'm gonna pass it to A, and he's gonna walk you through the time audit before we go into the activation. So you can unmute yourself, Ayon.
Hello, everybody. So super excited to see your faces, your commitment, your energy already shifting and changing. As Laura mentioned, we have decided to see you as someone that has changed so much and that has transformed so much. And we will keep on holding that belief for you. Because anything that we perceive, we project into, and anything that we project into the external, right? Like it starts from within. Now, this is the part where I'm gonna be grounding you a little bit, right? Because what happens most of the time, especially as people that we have gone through either our awakening or we have created certain awareness and we have shifted and we have healing, we tend sometimes to get way above and we stay, I like to call it in the ether, right? Like if we see it from a perspective of the chakras, we end up being in the three chakras up, and then we forget about the three chakras that we have down, which is our roots, right? So you will see that this container, it is a mix of like this very high frequency and like this information that it's way up here, but then each one of us, we're going to be taking action and bringing it down to earth, right? Now, the concept that I am bringing here with the time audit is, time we can see it as an illusion. There is past, present, and future, but the only thing that we have is the right now. And what I want you to do, Che has already done this in the past, so he has experience with it. But what I want you to do is you're gonna be completely honest. I'm gonna be sending you a sheet, yeah. And here you're gonna be filling up. I want you to think about how are you using your time right now? What is the amount of time that I am sleeping? What is the amount of time that I am having my meals, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner? What is the amount of time that I am working? I really want you to think about like you're gonna do an audit, be completely honest with yourself, no lies. Like if you have to go to your phone and check how much time you have been scrolling, how much time you have been spending on social media, I really want you to take account of all the time that you have been using in a period of a week. Yeah. So I'm gonna be giving you this link right now. Basically, what you have to do is you just have to make sure that you create a copy of it. I'm sending you in the chat. So it has very clear instructions. The only thing that you're gonna do, yeah, is in the chart. I don't know if I can share the screen here right now, but we're gonna make it simple. In the chart, once you open the document, do not complete how much money do you want to be earning until the end. Yeah. So you're gonna complete the time be completely honest, the chart explains everything straight away. When I was doing this with Che, we did it in a completely different way, but as I like to improve things, now we have a system. So follow through, and then your task for next week is to come back and let us know what have you realized about it. Because making a time audit gives you a big realization of how much time you're actually, doing nothing. And then when we think about why my business is not moving, why the things that I want to achieve are not happening, it's because most of the time we are very distracted. And it's key here that we create awareness towards these old patterns that they are not serving us and that we are resigning from. Yeah. Any questions so far?
Let's go. So we're wrapping up. So I'm gonna share with you all the school platform. I mean, Chet is already in, but for those of you who are not in, I just accepted Roxy. Make sure that you join the community. I have sent by email the link, so you should be able. Can you see right now the school platform? Yes, can you see it? Okay, awesome. So this platform will be our long-term clients like Che, and it will be like you guys. Okay, so the way that you can use it is that you can see only the content that belongs to the 4-week container. So you have community, which will be where we ask questions and where we post the homework for us to review. Okay, so if you want to ask a question, just put the title here. It could be Neo Standards, and that would be part of the homework. And then category, we're going to put exit plan cheat code. Yeah, so we know that is you from the exit plan cheat code. And then you're going to put here the Neo Standards. If you have a wing or anything to share, just put it here so we can see it. Okay, any questions there? We have the classroom. You're going to see a bunch of training here. You're not going to be able to go in. Okay, but the only one that you can go in is the exit plan cheat code. Okay, so once that you go in, you're gonna see that is like per category. So you have identity upgrade, you have wealth, exit plan method, authenticity as an income generator, and call replace. Every week you will see that the next one is unblock. Right now, you're only gonna see identity upgrade foundations. So I also want you this week to watch the identity upgrade foundations, the whole thing. You also have a CEO activation here, which is a different one that you can listen to. So inside this identity upgrade, you're gonna see that there is like a 30-day identity upgrade system. If you are one of our clients and already have done it, this is the best opportunity to do it again. Yeah, because there are a lot of shifts that happens. So definitely watch that. And this is like the prep for the 30-day identity upgrade. The 30-day identity upgrade, it will start on Monday, but you have some prep work to do before Monday. So there is a bit to prep this week, but that's okay. So just a summary. The new standards for yourself, what you are not tolerating and what you are tolerating, that's a homework. Yeah. The time audit is a homework. And then the identity upgrade is a homework. So this week is going to feel heavier because you have more things to do, but then it will be pretty easy moving forward. However, we are not here to have an easy life. We're here to, shift into our new identity who can hold more. Yeah, you are building the vessel to hold more. Okay, so that will be it. Then you will go to calendar to see the calls. So you will see again a bunch of calls. You only need to worry about the Monday call, the exit plan cheat code, and you will have the Zoom link here. So you just need to press it to join. Yeah. The other calls, don't worry about it. You just go to this one, which is like for the next 4 weeks. Here right now, I have my time, which is Bali time, Singapore time. For you, it should show up in Sydney time, Ireland time, whatever country you're in, it should show in your time zone. Yeah, so make sure that here it says your time zone so you cannot get confused. But anyways, the same time every single week. All right. Any questions before we go? Please unmute yourself and ask me.
Yeah. I've got a question as well. So on the community, when we're allowed to ask questions, is there like a limit? I won't obviously over ask you questions, but I mean, like, do you see what I mean? Like yeah, okay, cool.
There is no limit, but before you ask a question, I want you to reflect on yourself. if you are asking the question from your new identity or you're asking from the old identity. If you're asking me things, how do I do this without burning out? You're asking me in the old identity because the new one doesn't burn out. The
Yeah.
new one has boundaries, and trust herself. So that's what I want you to practice, just to make decisions from a new identity and from a new place. Otherwise, instead of answering your question, I'm going to ask you this. From which place are you asking me this question? You know what I mean? Because that will be important, yeah? So anything that you don't understand, ask me, but from which place are you asking the question? When you see this, like, you might feel this, like, I don't know the answers and I need control, I need that reassurance. Just take a deep breath and tap into that new identity and ask God, creator, universe, what is the answer? Ask that divine intuition to guide you. This is what we're here for. We're here to help you, and I'm going to answer all the questions that you have. But I want you to fully trust yourself. I want you to finish the 4 weeks and say, oh my God, I trust myself so much. I trust that I'm guided, supported, that, it doesn't matter what I do, that, I will figure out. This is what we need. Yeah. This like unshakable trust and certainty. Yeah. But no limit on the questions that you can ask. Okay. We ask within like 24 hours. So, if 24 hours have passed and we haven't answered to you, you can check on us. But normally 24 hours, Monday to Friday, weekends, we don't respond to any questions. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? No? You have it? How are you feeling?
I'm excited. I want to get going.
It's good.
Okay. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Okay. I love that you two are friends, so you can keep each other accountable, like
And
Lucy
and Charlotte. So we've already made a WhatsApp group like between us.
Okay, amazing. So you keep each other accountable and no one is allowed to bring the old frequency. Yeah. So old frequency, no. So I see the frequency like radio channels, if we are in radio number 13, then we are gonna talk to same people in this frequency, So if you are elevating at another frequency, this is how the future is gonna go. If you three go up to a new frequency, you will still be friends in the same frequency. If one person stays down, you're not gonna be able to move forward together. You need to stay. Like Ayon and I were constantly doing work together, because if one stays down and one stay up, the business cannot move forward. We need to be in the same frequency consistently. Yeah. So we need to up level. So that's good that you have accountability. Okay, that's all for me. Ched, do you have any questions before you fall asleep? Because I know it's late. No, you're good? Okay, Ayan, anything to add, or you're good?
Everything good. I think everything's clear. I'm gonna be sending you the activation. Obviously, I need to do a little bit of work, so be mindful. I will be sending you as soon as it's ready, and then you can have these activations. I do recommend you to do it in the morning. As soon as you wake up, something that has shifted my life and the perception of everything is like, what is the first thing that I do when I wake up? So no more scrolling, no more going into checking into notifications. Girls, I am talking to you. Yeah. So there is a message there for you. So wake up, do the activation, start your day. Yeah. So first we start with allowing to open up a space for, guidance and tapping within that frequency in which we're going to be operating every single day from. Yeah. So that's it from me. Super excited to have you in here, and I will see you next week.
Thank you, everyone. I will see you on Monday, 8 a.m. Bali time. Check your time zone. Bye, all. Have a great week. Bye-bye.